right, guys. All right, guys. We are live with another one, guys. Okay. We are live with another one. You already know what this is. Okay. The mic is hot. Okay. This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel, the only channel where the fans come first, not last. Let me fix this share. All right, guys. It was a fantastic card today, okay? UFC Guitar was a fantastic card, headlined by Armin Sarukian versus Dan Hooker, guys. Okay, co-main event, Bilal Muhammad and Ian Gary. Guys, there's a few things that we're going to talk about. Okay, a few things we are going to talk about. But first off, guys, I want to start with my UFC fight predictions for 2025, guys. Okay, for this UFC Guitar card, I went 9-5, guys. Okay, 9 wins and 5 losses. Not bad for for UFC predictions, especially when you get the main event absolutely right on the nail. Armin Sarukian, second round, arm triangle. I called it, guys. Okay. I went 9-5 with my UFC fight prediction for this card, which pushes my UFC record for my UFC fight predictions for 2025. It pushes it to 279 wins, guys. Okay, 279 wins and 181 losses, guys. That's 279 wins and 181 losses, guys. Not bad. I'm way above 500. Okay. Look, guys, for 2025, it's looking to be a good year for me, especially for my UFC fight predictions, guys. But let's start. Let's start with who I want to talk about specifically on this card, guys. Okay, let's start off with that. Because look, guys, in the beginning, when I gave my UFC fight predictions, which is usually on Mondays, okay, when I gave my UFC fight predictions on Monday, I ended up rating this card a 5.5. I said, hey, this is this card is really top heavy. I ended up rating it a 5.5, guys. 1 being trash, 10 being best. Okay. And after this event has happened, guys, I must say, I'm going to rate this card. I did rate it already, and I ended up rating it a solid 7, guys. Okay, a solid 7, guys. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, it takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys. How you doing, everybody? All right, Mill, Octo, Frosty, how everybody is doing? How are you doing? Blessings to you, Octa. Hopefully you're having a good one, guys. Like and subscribe. Okay, I just sub. Thank you so much for your subscription. Okay, now you are a part of your community. Okay, this is your community and this is your chat. Okay, because this is the only channel, okay, where the fans come first, not last. Milo, how you doing? But guys, this UFC card, I rated, a solid 7. Okay, a solid 7. It was not a terrible card. It was not, one of these cards that you look back on and you're like, oh, that card was trash. No, this card actually delivered. It was very, very entertaining. All right, very entertaining. But there's a few fighters that I actually want to talk about. Let's start from the very beginning, guys. Okay, don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Okay, easier than going to your local ATM. Okay, it's just a like and subscribe, guys. Okay. Milo Gaming, I appreciate the sub. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You are part of this community. This is your chat and your community now. All right, guys. Guys, we got to talk about Kaiji Hiraguchi, guys. We got to talk about Kaiji Hiraguchi. I actually picked against him. Okay, I picked Tiger to actually win this fight. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. All right, 3-0 in his last 3 fights. I actually thought Tiger would go in there and use that wrestling and dominate Kaiji Hiraguchi. But let me tell you something. I said it in my UFC fight predictions. Hiraguchi is experienced. Okay, he's fought the who's who in that flyweight division, guys. Okay, point blank period. I already mentioned in my UFC fight predictions when I was making it. I said Hiraguchi fought Demetrius Johnson. Yeah, he lost to Demetrius Johnson, but guys, he's fought the who's who. Been a champion in other organizations, okay? Top of the top, always. All right, so I did say I wouldn't be surprised if Hiraguchi was able to go in there and win this fight. However, guys, okay, thank you for the like. I appreciate it. I appreciate the like, guys. However, guys, Kaiji Hiraguchi, he didn't only go in there and win by, decision, guys. He dominated this fight. He dominated this fight. If this fight would have stayed on the ground, he would have dominated there, okay, the whole time, point blank period, okay? And when the fight hit the ground, Kaiji Hiraguchi showed that he's an overall mixed martial arts fighter that has experience. Yes, he's older. He's like 34, 35 years old. But guys, he showed a little bit of flashbacks of his, his prime self, I must say, guys. Okay, I must say. All right, so I gotta give big ups to Kaiji Hiraguchi for stepping back into the octagon under the UFC banner and performing the way he performed, guys. Okay, in my opinion, he puts himself in contendership for that flyweight title. Okay, is that Squid Games in the background? That is Squid Games in the background right there. Okay, that is Squid Games in the background, guys. Like and subscribe. Okay, if you are new to the channel. Okay, support the community. All right, guys. I also want to talk about. Let's talk about Luke Riley, guys. Okay. Look, let me tell you something. Luke Riley, in that first round, Bogdan had a great game plan. Push Luke Riley against the fence, keep him on the fence, and if you can, take him down. You know what I mean? And use some of that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and ground and pound to make sure you control Luke. However, in that second round, guys, Luke Riley went in there and threw a left hand that put Baghdad Grad right to sleep, guys. Put him right to sleep in that second round. Luke Riley showed that he is definitely a prospect. He is definitely a prospect, beating a good fighter in Baghdad Grad. I mean, Baghdad Grad got good striking. He got some good hands, and I mean, every fight that I see Baghdad Grad in, he's always a dog, guys. You know what I mean? The dude is a dog, and for Luke Riley to go in there and just land a vicious knockout like that, big ups to Luke Riley. You know what I mean? Be right back. Awesome. Let me see. Gamble. But yeah, guys, big ups to Luke Riley. Who else I do want to talk about? Let's also talk about, hold on a second. Let's talk about Volkan Ozdemir, guys. Another guy that prior to this fight, I mean, he's been on, a good winning streak. 2-1 in his last 3 fights. Okay. 2-1 in his last 3 fights. And yeah, he's been a little chinny. But look, Volkan Ozdemir still showed in this fight that he has good technique. He really does. Alonzo Manafield had no answer. Honestly. I mean, Volkan Ozdemir was able to step in there, land his combinations. He was just technically sound. You know what I mean? Manafield couldn't do anything. You know what I mean? The only thing he could do is shrill up and try to protect himself. But not even that saved him. Okay. Volkan Ozdemir goes in there and get a vicious KO. Okay, with a nice combination. And Alonzo Manafield folds, guys. Okay. Alonzo Manafield folds. So congratulations and big ups to Volkan Ozdemir. Zaya Ford, how you doing? Hopefully you're having a good one. Guys, like and subscribe. Okay, support the community. Like I always say, the only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right. We also got to talk about Waldo Cortez Acosta, guys. We have to talk about Waldo Cortez Acosta, guys. I'm just being honest. We got to talk about this. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to repeat this, guys, okay? But Waldo Cortez Acosta is the true champion in the heavyweight division, okay? Let me remind you that heavyweight division is in shambles, guys, okay? I already said it. Grab every heavyweight in that division besides Waldo Cortez Acosta and Derek Lewis and line them up on a freeway and run them over, okay? Because there's a bunch of dead bodies in that heavyweight division, okay? But I digress. Okay? But Waldo Cortez Acosta is the true champion in that heavyweight division, guys. And the reason being is simply for the fact that the guy, look, guys, he fought 3 weeks ago. And 3 weeks ago, Waldo Cortez Acosta suffered a nasty eye poke, okay? And not only did he suffer a nasty eye poke, okay? But soon after that eye poke, Waldo Cortez Acosta still continued to fight and ended up knocking out his opponent. Okay, that was just 3 weeks ago, guys. 3 weeks ago. And now, Waldo Cortez Acosta steps in, okay, on short notice, only 2 days. He only had 2 days to prepare for this fight, guys, against a high-level competitor in that heavyweight division, in Shamil Gaziev. And what does Waldo Cortez Acosta do? He goes in there and finishes the guy, guys. All right? He knocks him out clean. That's why he's the true champion in the heavyweight division. We got Tom Aspinall still out due to an eye poke. That never happened, guys. Go watch the replay in slow motion. Okay, it was his other eye that actually got poked. His eye that he was complaining about, that eye was closed when he got poked. The finger never touched his eyes. Okay? And yeah, we're here debating, oh, when is Tom Aspinall going to fight? When Waldo Cortez Acosta, 3 weeks after he fought, he fights again. Okay, and knocks out 2 guys within a month. So big ups to Waldo Cortez Acosta. Big ups to him. Milo Gaming, thank you. Welcome to your chat and welcome to your channel. All right, guys. What else we got to talk about here, guys? I mean, I did want to mention, guys. Look, guys, we got to talk about retirement for Jack Hermansson. I'm just being real, guys. Okay. I did say he was going to lose against Meditech. I honestly did say that. I just didn't think it was going to be as vicious as it was, guys. Honestly, I mean, Jack Hermansson got slept. You know what I mean? Like, he got hit right on the ear and his body folded, guys. In my opinion, Jack Hermansson and his team, they need to sit down and there is no drawing board, guys. There is no going back to the drawing board. The only thing you can't do now is retire. Okay, Jack Hermansson? I'm just, all due respect. All right, I like you as a human being. Okay, I like you as a fighter, but I like you better as a human being. So please take care of yourself, Jack Hermansson. You have to. Because getting knocked out like this, it can't be good for your head. You know what I mean? Zio Ford says, I like your hat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, I really appreciate that. It's a simple little hat. You know what I mean? It's a simple little hat. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much. What else we want to talk about? Oh, guys, we got to talk about Alex Perez. I'm sorry. I definitely want to talk about that. Do you know what I don't know. I have a clue what that is. But guys, I do want to talk about Alex Perez because look, Alex Perez hasn't fought in about a year and a half, almost 2 years, guys. And he steps in against a high-level competitor in Asu. Okay? And look, he did lose the fight, but I thought Alex Perez looked really, really good in this fight. I really do. You know what I mean? I'm over here talking about Alex Perez should be retired, but after that performance, I'm telling myself, man, Alex Perez, he's a dog. He really is. And I can see him improving. Honestly. So, yeah, you know, Alex Perez did lose this fight, but let me tell you something. I still think Alex Perez is a good fighter, and I honestly think he could turn himself into a high-level fighter if it continued going where he's going. I mean, Alex Perez showed really, really good poise in that fight, man. So big ups to Alex Perez. Even though he didn't win the fight, I still say Alex Perez is a dog. All right, guys, let's talk about the co-main event of the evening, guys. The co-main event of the evening, Bilal Muhammad versus Ian Gary. I know this is going to be controversial, especially for the Ian Gary, fan base. Okay. But I'm going to say it like this, guys. Pasha says, are you? No, I'm not. But guys, I mean, this is going to be a hot take, okay? In my opinion, I thought Ian Gary should have lost. In my opinion, it wasn't a dominating performance by Ian Gary. It wasn't. I thought Belal Muhammad had moments in that fight as well. Okay, especially in that first and second round. In that first and second round, I thought Belal Muhammad was doing a great job. You know what I mean? But the reason why I thought Ian Gary should have lost the fight was because, I mean, guys, why are the referees and why are our rules put in place? I mean, referees are there to do their jobs. Rules are put in place to use them. But unfortunately, Ian Gary goes out there and fights Belal Muhammad, and early in the first round, Ian Gary blatantly pokes Belal Muhammad in the eye. And then late in the second round, okay, he gets eye poked once again. Guys, Belal Muhammad got eye poked about 3 times. They only showed two times, but there was 3 of them. I watched the fight over. There was 3 eye pokes from Ian Gary. And never once did the referee say anything about taking away a point. Instead, he was talking to Belal Muhammad, asking him if he wanted a rag. You want a rag? No, I want you to take a damn point. What is it going to take away a point when somebody pokes you in the eye? Makes no sense, guys. It makes no damn sense. Then don't need dollar bills to have fun tonight. Hi. Let me see. It's a game where it says 10,000. 10,000 of games and you can make your own game. It's you can play on a device. It's cool. Well, Milo Gaming, that's what's up. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. Thank you. But in my opinion, I thought Ian Gary should have lost that fight. Because let's say Ian Gary gets deducted a point. He loses that fight. And I would have never been mad. I would have never been mad. I'm just being honest. I would have liked to see Belal Muhammad win. In my opinion. Now, can you imagine if they would have deducted a point on Ian Gary, he still would have won? What type of world would have that been? I mean, oh, man. You know what I mean? Talk about rigged. Atrocious, guys. Atrocious. But anyways, we're going to move past that. Because the referees and the judges, those are 2 departments in the UFC that they need to be investigated ASAP. ASAP. Investigate those guys. Okay? Now, let's talk about the main event of the evening, guys. Look, the main event of the evening, Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker. Guys, I said it in my UFC fight predictions. I said, Dan Hooker has no way of winning. It's just my opinion. He had no way of winning. Dan Hooker, the only way he was going to win, okay, is if Tony Ferguson's Arman Tsarukyan by throwing dust into Arman Tsarukyan's eyes, okay? Blinding Arman Tsarukyan for a quick 2 seconds, giving Dan Hooker enough time to land a vicious knee to the dome piece, okay? Knee to the dome piece, George Masvidal style, okay? That is the only way, okay, that Dan Hooker was going to win. Which, come on, guys, totally impossible. Not only did I mention that, guys, but I also did mention that Arman Tsarukyan will win this fight in the second round. And not only did I mention that he's going to win the fight in the second round, I didn't only mention that, guys. I also mentioned that Arman Tsarukyan is going to win in the second round by arm triangle, guys. Go back and watch it. That's exactly what I saw happening. And that's exactly what happened when Armin Sarukian took down Dan Hooker and strangled him in an arm triangle, guys. I mean, what's next for Armin Sarukian, guys, besides the title belt? I'm just being real, guys. I could care less, okay, about Paddy Pimblett versus Ilia Topuria, point blank period. I don't want to see that. As a true fan of mixed martial arts, I don't want to see Paddy Pimblett fight Ilia Topuria, point blank period. The reason why I say that is because, guys, we need to stop the bullshit. Okay? We need to stop the bullshit. We need to go back to when the UFC, when the UFC was putting on the best fights. Okay? When it was the best versus the best. Stop all this bullshit. Excuse my French, guys. Okay? Stop all this BS. I'm just being honest. Stop it. If Paddy Pimblett gets the opportunity to fight Ilia Topuria before Armin Sarukian, guys, I don't know what to say. The only thing that I can say is blame Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard, and Dana White. Blame those guys. Those are the names that you have to blame. Because it'll be atrocious if Paddy Pimblett is able to get a title shot after beating a dead body in Michael Chandler, guys. Michael Chandler is walking around a cemetery, guys. Like I say, he's walking around a cemetery with a shovel, okay, ready to bury himself, okay? Because that's what needs to happen at this point. The guy is still waiting for a Conor McGregor fight. That is never going to happen. And yet, Paddy Pimblett is going to have the privilege to beat that guy and then get a title shot? I need a drink. Atrocious, guys. Atrocious. I don't want to see that. Okay? Armin Sarukian deserves the next title shot against Ilia Topuria. There's no more running. Ilia Topuria's championship reign. Oh, let me tell you something. It's coming to an end, guys. Okay? It is coming to an end. Armin Sarukian is going to gladly take the title from Ilia Topuria. All right, guys? Unless Ilia Topuria runs away. Okay? And he goes to the welterweight division claiming that he wants to fight Islam Makhachev. That's the only possibility that I see Armin Sarukian not fighting Ilia Topuria. And guys, we've seen crazier things happen. So maybe that does happen. Maybe that does. But the next guy to fight for the lightweight strap is Armin Sarukian. That's the guy. I mean, pure domination and beat Dan Hooker. Pure domination, guys. Sorry about my words. Sorry, they're very long. No, you're good. You're good. I understand English. I have capabilities. But Armin Sarukian is the next guy, in my opinion. He has to be the next guy to fight for that title. There's nobody else that I want to see. Nobody else deserves it. There's really no other exciting fight. I already know how the Paddy Pimblett fight is going to go. Ilia Topuria destroys him. But this fight, Armin Sarukian versus Ilia Topuria, that is the next fight to make, guys. And you know what? They need to book that for the first Paramount card, okay, early January. Armin Sarukian came out of this fight unscathed. I think he'll be prepared to fight around January. Mid-January, Armin Sarukian, Ilia Topuria, UFC, Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard, Dana White. Get in your little circle and make this happen, okay? Make it happen. But yeah, guys, I mean, I overall, like I said, overall, I rate this card a 7, a solid 7. It was not a bad card at all. You know, big ups to all the fighters that I mentioned. Big ups to all of you guys. If I missed you, you know what I mean, I apologize, you know what I mean? But big ups to all the winners, you know, and big ups to all the losers as well. You know what I mean? Somebody has to win, somebody has to lose, you know, but you're still a warrior out there, you know what I mean? So big ups to everybody on this card. Definitely delivered, guys. Okay, definitely delivered. And as it is for 2025, guys, when it comes to my UFC fight predictions, 279 wins and 181 losses, guys. That's 279 wins and 181 losses. We're way above 500. I would trust me when it comes to these fight predictions. And you already know what it is, guys. Okay? You already know what this is. Okay? This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel. The only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, let me read this. What's your favorite UFC fighter? Who's your favorite UFC fighter? Mine says Charles Oliveira. My favorite UFC fighter is Frank Shamrock, guys. I love Minecraft and Roblox. That's what's up, guys. But you already know what this is, guys. Until next time, one love. Peace.